Yeah, I think that's really worth it, even just the 17, you know. Uh, okay. I feel like that's last resort food. Alright, let's see. I'm ready, I'm ready. Now I'll be able to come back for those extra potatoes later. They likely despawned. Or, yeah, they're fighting these guys like normal. I'll have plenty of other opportunities to probably be able to get them to, come, let's see. Like I said, it doesn't actually matter that much if I see them right now, but if I did see them, I'd be like, cool, another thing to do. Alright. They were in this direction, like they were really near that one evoker that I got one of the totems from. Okay. You're safe because I made you safe, guys. Come on. You can't complain. You're safe. Alright. I saved you all from a raid. You're safe. Alright. I mean, I think that would be cool. Hang on. Alright. See how good this horse is. Well, it doesn't even matter yet. Okay, 1 second. This isn't good. Alright, hang on. Let's get those carrots out. Nope. 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 There we go. Alright, sorry, horse. Whew. Okay. You can go there and there. Alright. Man, I know you're desperate to come outside, but I literally just saw another possible. Well, it's fine. I don't need another. I don't need that. Okay. I'm looking for it because I actually really want to fight them. I really want to fight more waves of them. But it really doesn't matter that much. I mean, I'm happy that I survived the last ones. I feel like it's a moot point to kinda. Alright. There we go. Full inventory and what's up here? Yellow stained glass, interesting. Alright. Alright. If I'm not gonna be worrying about another battle, then I think a really good option is to get saddles and bring... Okay, so... Alright, yeah, I prefer you to be like that. Okay. You. Wait. Okay. So, you. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Where'd they go? Alright, so where did I put my iron and other materials? I put them in here. Alright, so this is the place. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so wheat does matter a lot more, and I have all the other plant types, so... Getting 2 episodes instead of 1 episode of Minecraft today. Yay! Alright. Alright. It would be cool if they grew at the same time, you know? Alright, let's see. I mean, I think I have a surplus of tomatoes, or potatoes and carrots. I'd say enough for quite a while. Alright, so that was all the seeds. Yeah. That being said, if there's... Alright. Alright, seeds. Here we go. I don't really like those near as much as like potatoes or carrots. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Potato. Here we go. Potato. Alright. I'm trying to be entertained, guys. I'm trying. Potato. Here we go. Do. Alright. Alright. Okay. I have over 64, I'm sure. And yeah, I feel like making a bunch of coal would be useful. Uh, you. There we go. Let's kind of make it half, you know. You. Potato. Here we go. There we go. I don't really want the pork chop so much. Farming stuff. Okay, so there. You know what? That goes in food. It doesn't go there. Beetroot. You. Alright. Yes, going to bed. You know what? I feel like the torches are helping somewhat. I don't know. Maybe it's just the world that was a little bit, that had these, like, little characteristics that made it harder to get all the spots that would spawn, like, mobs and everything. Alright, so I could really use the seeds from here and the wheat from here. And I could also... There we go. Perfect. You guys will be able to... There. You guys will be able to... You know, I haven't seen you guys... Like, I'm sorry, I know I'm probably stealing, but I really don't feel like, you know, it's that big a deal, in all honesty. I don't think theft is one of the many guys, don't quote me. Don't, if I'm ever under investigation, because, yeah, one day, I remember Markiplier said something, and he's like, if one day, like, I wonder if they're gonna, like, go to my old videos and use them as evidence, and he's made, like, thousands of them, and at this point, I'm starting to understand what that means, and I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to understand that fear. Like, just imagine you just say anything just to entertain people, and like it ends up coming out that like, oh, he has a YouTube channel, let's check it out for evidence and stuff, and he ends up saying like some stuff jokingly like, oh, this matches the this is his morals, this is his beliefs, this is, and I'm like, no, jokes. You is a sense of humor part of the law? Is like, well, at what point does it become like, yeah, like at what point does it stray from like oh crap. Does it stray from like reasonable law investigation to just not having a sense of humor, you know? Like, I don't know. It's so, ugh. Because I almost feel like I'd be one of the most suspicious people in any investigation ever, simply because my ability to express myself and my feelings aren't really that great, and when I get nervous, I make these self-destructive decisions and everything. Like I'll probably say the absolute worst thing by accident. Like imagine I'm being tried for like if I was ever like tried for forever for a missing person or something, and like just imagine like they're like we think you were really you're one of the suspects because you were blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, it couldn't be me because I'm like I have this reason, this reason, and this reason. And you're like, oh, he's really planned this out, almost like he was expecting it. Like you can tell that his anxiety isn't near high enough to. And then when they start like accusing me, I'll like miss the social cue, and I'll be all like, oh well, da 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 da. And the truth is, I've just been through so much. I, I feel like it'll be. I don't know how I'd react. That's the scary part. Because like in you, you ever wonder how you'd react in like a criminal investigation? And you ever just wonder if like they'd unjustly um, try to basically get you? Because people have been through that kind of situation. Like they've fought for um their defense and everything. And even in their interview, they showed that they were extremely, like, I watched a guy. I watched a guy defend himself and everything. And he was like, I did not do this. I swear. And and he was like, well, we have videographic evidence of you doing this. And the guy was basically telling him just a flat out lie because he was an investigator. And apparently, they get a special. They get like special pay rise whenever they get a special pay rise whenever, or like a promotion whenever they get a confession with no evidence, which kind of motivates them to like seek a confession out of someone who is innocent, which I find really morally, like, I feel like motivating people towards things that are very immoral is one of the issues that society has, in all honesty. I feel like if the society was more like, alright, so I feel like reasonably, we've seen this happen in the world where, the way that the law works and the way that jobs work and everything, we motivate people to do wrong things. Where to the point where if you're really honest and everything, it's kind of like you basically have less of a chance of succeeding than if you were like a moral, if you abandon your morals and just kind of went for it, you know? Like it's one of those things that's like really like, because it's almost like in America, it's almost like in a lot of areas, like you just cut like, I almost want to believe that our United States is not fully, what's the word? Is not fully and completely oriented around capitalism. And I feel like a lot of people think like maybe it is and everything, or they're like, well, we're doing a lot better than our countries, and I'm like, yes, because we're more, and I don't want to like make a debate or anything, but like I just think it's a cool discussion and everything. I don't want to beef with anyone. I'm not like debating or anything, and just kind of, and if anyone wants to share their opinion with me, that's fine. I'd be happy to and everything. In a comment section, I wouldn't want to like share that kind of thing. I wouldn't want anyone fighting in a comment section. I wouldn't want anyone doing that kind of thing if I ever were to become a bit more. But like, I feel like just a friendly like debate and everything. Like no one has to have their beliefs kind of attacked. No one, like the thing about being human is and being in parts of the world, freedom of speech is a really it's a very valuable thing. And I think that I have that value, you know? Like I can share my points and I can speak my mind. And I don't want to feel like anyone wants to defame me because of what I say or misconstrue what I'm saying. If anyone's to basically get anything out of this, no, it's not going to be something that's out of one point in a video. Like, you can't just pick apart one thing I said and put it in a news headline like a lot of those famous guys, you know? And, like, if I'm ever to get that kind of thing, like, how do I explain it? If I'm ever to get that kind of spotlight because I have this particular view, or if I'm to have that thing, then at least take my whole intentions and my whole thing on it, because truth is, no matter how much I start explaining it right here, I'm not going to explain the whole reason why I believe what I do. because there's a whole lot of actual experience that I've had that I've kind of seen has affected the world and stuff. And I'm like but basically what I'm saying, just to get back to that whole point earlier, and it's funny because it's like that meme, it's like, without offending anyone, in my humble opinion, and without disregarding anyone else's opinion, and then you forget your point because you're just so afraid of all these things that people would say about you and to you and everything. And at a certain point, you just kind of have to, if you ever want to kind of say things that you feel like are really, really, your own views and everything. And I'm definitely not trying to sway anyone's opinion here. I just like to share my views and maybe find some understand, because I honestly believe that the world needs changed in a way. And what I was saying earlier, and the point that I did stray from, just trying to defend myself a little bit before it even comes, but what I was saying was, communism. Alright, screw. No. Alright, no. I know what you're thinking. What I was saying is, I don't think that the United States is fully capitalistic, because I've been in jobs that were well, you're all paid the same amount, even if one works harder, even if one does more work. You're all paid the same amount. What you should be paid for is the amount of work that you do, not the number of hours that you work. Because the truth is, it is like capitalism, or a little bit like socialism, I guess. Because they pay you on seniority, so they can basically manipulate you into working longer and everything. And they try to get, and in a way, they think that what they're doing is benefiting themselves and taking from the other people, and they're probably scared to give up a lot of their resources in order to pay skilled workers and everything, and they'd rather pay a base rate as opposed to the possible conflict that would come from paying people for their actual work. But and also the basically the what's the word? And also the conflict of trying to basically find a case for every person and their individual value, because it gets a little dicey, because everyone works in a certain amount. No one wants to get up in the morning and go to that job a lot of the time. I mean, some people do, some people don't. It's fine. Either way, everyone's just trying to survive, you know. But it's really hard to say that this person's work is better than this person's, and because it's really debatable. But a lot of the time, I like to think that there needs to be a kind of a care for the workers, and a care for them being treated as well as they should be. And the truth is, a lot of workers aren't treated the way that they should be being treated. And for me personally, from my point of view, I've worked, I worked a bit more than 2 years, a little bit more than 2 years, at 2 different jobs, and then a third one for 9 weeks or 8 weeks or something. Yeah, 8 weeks. But basically what I realized is that they have these policies that these corporate policies that basically are just blanket statements to try to cover the whole of their corporation. And it's based around these rules that are kind of not really pertaining to what's best for the company in general, but it's kind of the things that they kind of aren't really maybe fully educated on, or maybe they are, and they just if there's these specifics that we can't really get into because there isn't this open communication between everyone in the company. There isn't this open understanding that in this whole corporation there isn't really this motive to understand how to better each other, you know. There's these conversations and stuff, and there is maybe a bit of effort from some parties. But on the other hand, a lot of it's misguided. A lot of it's hard to kind of manage and everything. And a lot of people just don't know what it's like working as a I'll fully disclose it. I have never been a manager or anything, but I've heard I I'm just kind of saying what I've seen as I've seen it. It's not like I have this full understanding on this topic, because in all honesty, whenever anyone thinks that they understand everything about something, that's where they go wrong, because then they just don't, then they're not open-minded to the full discussion. They already think they know everything, so they automatically place themselves in a position where they're not going to learn more, and they're going to be really stubborn about it. But, and I mean, that's just human also. Like, everyone has something to say, and everyone feels disregarded in a way. Maybe they don't. But these corporations as like a whole, I think I realized that they don't really work on work and everything. And I looked at it from a very my situation oriented kind of perspective. And it was a little bit, it was self-centered, in all honesty. But a lot of it was also centered around the people at my workplace, where it was like, you know what, I realized that these people are kind of like these people who have been there longer than I have and everything, and they believe that they deserve more command over everyone else because of seniority and everything. And it's a little dicey because like you're trying to do your job and everything, and this person who's been there longer and everything, and they want to kind of just tell you what to do a lot and everything, and there's not really much reason behind it. And like they think they know all this stuff and everything, and they think you're an idiot, you know, or like they think because you're new they have to teach you everything. And regardless, it's like it's like you as a newbie can't win, because unless you just absolutely don't care about anything but the money that you're getting from the job, you can't win. Because like they're gonna try and strip you, even if you really do care about the job and you're trying to do everything in your power, people are gonna be dissatisfied with your performance, or at least were dissatisfied with mine when I was giving full effort. And those points when I was really trying my best, and then some people seem to be really critical of me. And I mean, I was doing harder. I was working harder than a lot of the other people there. I was exhausting myself. I was trying really hard. I was being really competent. And then the moments when I would decide to like kind of relax and maybe ease the tension a bit and talk to someone, I'd be going up to, "What are you doing?" And it was always like that would kind of defeat a lot of the actual productivity I had, because I was constantly stressed. And then whenever I worked slowly on it, they're like, "Why aren't you caring about this?" And it was basically like I was constantly being if I was to ever end up actually caring about the work that I did and end up caring about like basically how I was doing performance-wise, and I was focused on taking good breaks and everything in order to perform my best, then I was gonna be basically criticized, and I was gonna be and I was basically gonna get the the disapproval of some managers, and like the disapproval of some coworkers and stuff. And on the other hand, if I did just only focus on the job, then I'd have the disapproval of other coworkers, and I'd have the disapproval of other managers and stuff, and then no one would be happy. because the truth is, those people who really want you to do well in that job and everything and don't want you to talk are realizing you're not as productive while not understanding that you need to relax as a human being. And you're not just a drone that works in a perfect manner whenever they're not relaxing and everything. And as your mental health kind of declines in the way that they want you to work as a robot, like you basically what's the word? What am I going for? As your mental health kind of declines because you're not having any fun, you're kind of not allowing yourself many breaks, and even your home life would end up being affected, you know. Then And like the truth is that even when I was like just minding my own business and trying to do the job and go home, then they started bringing up, well, you need to communicate and everything. You need to have these and no matter what I did, no matter how, I was always being criticized. Always. It was always the case. There wasn't any avoiding it. Like it didn't matter what I was doing. I always received that criticism, and like I remember the main manager was all like, well, if you like do this and everything, and for privacy reasons, I'm not saying that manager or anything. Like I've had 3 jobs, so it could be any of them, you know. But like that main manager was just don't focus on these other people and everything. But on one hand, it was like I can't really talk about like this other stuff because they don't really approve of open conversations and everything, and while they say they are, and it just ends up being it ends up being really frustrating for everyone in the whole experience. Everyone. Because of basically this kind of teamwork and it's like it's almost like no matter what you do, like you just kind of had to own the situation. You just kind of had to own whatever mess you were in, because the truth is a lot of other people would put you in those situations and everything, and they'd have different values and they'd have their own system that they thought was right and everyone else should follow. And the truth is you have your own also, like whether or not you realize it, you like have your own personal boundaries, you have your own personal feelings of what you have rights for, like your own pursuit of happiness, your own life, you know. And it's just really sad because everyone else feels they feel the same way, like they need to get you to do this because they want this and stuff, and then they want it's been a really long discussion, and I mean, in all honesty, don't think that I'm just taking a side here. I'm on everyone's side. I just want the best for everyone. I think that as soon as people start working together, I think that's what's really important. I think that if people start working hard, and like if there's like just this change basically. And I'm not saying that like everything should change in the entire thing, but I'm just saying that like there should just be more understanding. There should be more like because and I say that, and I'm like, if I were to say that to like a team, then there'd be like misunderstandings, and there'd be like, you know, like, oh, I can be understood for being this way, even when it's a little bit flawed and everything, because everyone's flawed. I mean, it kind of reinforces everyone else to be flawed. And it's one of those things where it's like there's this butterfly effect. It's like you can't say any specific thing. You have to kind of focus inwards or on specific situations, you know. And like I think focusing individually on these it's going away. All right. I want to see one sec. But basically focusing on these individual situations, I think, is really vital in order to have the best kind of reaction from everyone, to have the best for everyone, including the company. I feel like, yeah, just focusing on these specific, like, you know, because the people who are, yeah, I guess, yeah, alright, fine. I guess focusing on these specific kind of branches and everything, and like going in and like realize, and I've seen them do that a lot. But I also feel like there's also this, there's this strange thing where it's like I've seen things and I'm like, well, because I've been here so long, I kind of see a lot more of what this person's like and everything, and kind of what would be more fair than what's currently happening going on. And I feel like a non-judgmental, open talk about the issues that are inside of the place, and like basically an ability to kind of like not necessarily for the aim of hurting anyone, or like just basically because like I feel like having an open like, oh, are you unsatisfied with anything in this? And I've seen those kinds of things. And like whenever like the thing is, whenever anyone's like, it's so difficult because the employees are employees, and like and managers are managers and everything, and they stick to these job titles and everything, and it's not really based on any like a lot of time the managers don't really have the training, or they don't really have the knowledge, and sometimes it's like they just kind of work there long enough and everything, and it's a difficult situation, because like even if you think you could handle it, even if you think you'd handle everything perfectly and everything, you could just end up being stubborn and everything. Goodness, I went on a tangent, man. This has been a long episode. Boy, I'm glad. Like, it's almost like, man, it's almost like only in the specific situation I was in that advice is pretty useful. But I feel like on a larger scale it could work also. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like that's why I'm kind of like focused on like having more power of myself and my area around me, because I'm like I just want to have a good effect on the area around me and everything. And if I have enough power and stuff, then I could easily figure out how to help people, you know? Like, that's just what I want. I want to be able to make a good effect on everything and everything. And like other people are like, oh, I have advice for you on how to do that. And like in truth and honesty, you kind of need to be focused on how you yourself are going to be able to do that. Because you kind of have to disregard some advice if it conflicts with what you need as a person, or if it conflicts with your vision for your future. Because you, in the end, not anyone else can tell you what your dream is. And if you were to end up allowing full control or if you allow other people control you, they want to control you more and stuff. Or if you don't want people to control you, they still want to control you. It's a cycle, you know. Nice. Okay. Alright. I almost wonder about the title of this one. Am I gonna say like talking about my sociological opinions about the world, or what? By the way, if you can't tell, I've taken a bit of sociology. But even before then, I kind of was thinking about like how the world worked and everything, and like how I saw people are motivated and how I see this specific thing and everything. But Alright, so it's rain. Can only sleep at night. Pretty sure I slept during a thunderstorm, but it might have been a night and a thunderstorm, I'm not sure. Alright, so let's see. Right. I did want to get horses. I completely forgot about that goal. My armor's doing alright, you know. Okay. Is this unbreaking? No, it's just protecting too. Alright. I'm glad that I didn't even use one of those. Alright, man. You will like me eventually, hopefully, I think. Good. Oh, your jumps are absolutely horrid, man. Not even your 2 goes above 1. That's not good. This is not good. Alright, you're free. I think you're free, yeah. Alright. Sure. Alright, hang on. Let's see those horses that are like over here. Cows. Horses. Here we go. This one has really low health. How high does it jump? Decent jumper. Decent speed. I feel like it should stand here though. I mean, I don't really feel like. Okay. Still low health. How goes the jumping and stuff? It's slower. Okay. You villagers can keep these. I mean, I did save them, so I'm like, yeah, makes sense that they give me those things. Am I gonna end it? I think I might end it. Like, end the episode. Right. You are safe, sir. Okay, so there we go. Not a bad trade, but I think potatoes have about the same effect. Baked potatoes. Alright, I at the very least want 2 surviving on the regular. Yeah. I want at least 2 surviving on the regular. So I'm thinking I'll border you 2 off. There we go. Wait until I get a PC and I leave this world behind and I'm just like, oh, it's so unsatisfying that this went nowhere. But at the very least I did it, you know. It's content. It's on my YouTube. On my YouTube. Had this conversation, you know. Alright. With myself. Or with the viewers, I'd say. I mean... if you're watching it, it's... this kind of conversation is... yeah, it's... you know. You know. Alright. Okay. Alright though guys, I think after I feed these cows these, and I plant more, I think that's gonna be the end of this episode, after I maybe get sugarcane. It's been pretty fun. I mean, counting last episode being the whatever it was, and the other episode, or yeah, like the raid, and just talking about stuff that I wanted to. Like, in all honesty, it's not like I'm trying to educate anyone or anything. It's just mainly, actually, for, and I fully stand by it. It's mainly for just like kind of, it's like personal reasons. I like to be able to say that kind of thing for personal reasons. But I don't want to sway anyone's opinion of anything in a Minecraft video. That's not my goal here. I more like just wanted to say what was on my mind and stuff, and like vent or something, but please don't hate me. Just don't hate me, that's the only thing I ask of you. Alright, right, so, oh, sorry man. There. There we go. Alright, so there we go. 24 more cows. Ideally. Because a lot of the time I'll feed like baby cows by accident, or feed a cow I've already fed twice, because that happens. Alright, so now wait. Alright. Alright, that doesn't look like it's necessary over there. Alright. And then, yeah, just like kind of putting that. And what do I need? I need shoes. I'll get some shoes, no problem. Sorry, bud. There. Potato, 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 potato. Alright guys, and I think I'm gonna end it there. Thought that was another banner guy. I was thinking about, so I was thinking. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. It's been really productive. I think next episode what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build an enchantment table, or no. I'm gonna build bookshelves. And then I'm gonna look for diamonds, probably, so I can get that enchantment table and stuff ready. But it's been a good episode, another one. I did both of those episodes today, but this episode and last one. But hope you're all having a nice day. And I'll see you in the next one.